Listen up everyone, I will be explaining the briefing for this video. What I'm gonna do is, I send Task Force 141 to the world of Uma Musume to basically be on a mission, and that is to become trainers. Instead of eliminating bad guys like Zakhaev or Makarov, they train Umas basically. I will call this Operation Uma Musume Trainers. I have to note to y'all that some of the stuff I say is my opinion and the people I ask on the internet for opinions. So let us commence the operation, and along with that,
6 going dark.
first up is the main man of Task Force 141, Captain Price. And I know the right Uma for him, and that is simply Chris S. Let me explain. Captain Price, as you may know, is the main character of the whole Call of Duty Modern Warfare franchise. He basically appeared and survived every Call of Duty Modern Warfare game, and is basically the captain of Task Force 141. And now I reincarnate him into Uma Musume, where he's a trainer with military experience. As for simply Chris S, I do not have the best knowledge on her, but I do know is that she is the most military themed Uma Musume character I can think of there is. And she says English like, target insight, Mary Chris S, yes ma'am, something like that. And I noticed in her ultimate she wields something like a sniper rifle. I can imagine simply Chris S and Captain Price getting along well, simply because Captain Price is a good man and he gets his hands dirty so the world stays clean. That's the mission. And simply Chris S wants to be a fast and tactical Uma Musume like all the other horse girls. And along with that, maybe Captain Price can teach simply Chris S a bunch of military skills like learning how to use a sniper perhaps. Now as for the real life simply Chris S horse, according to this wiki, it was a racehorse of the early 2000s and won 4 G1s with several records regarded as the fall champion, and the horse appearance is a black stallion. His G1 run records also broke several records from 2002 to 2003 with honors regarding JRA Horse of the Year. So in conclusion, Captain Price will be having simply Chris S, and they will be going Bravo 6 going dark on the Uma races. Let's move to the next member of Task Force 141. Up next is Mctavish, the second major character of Task Force 141, and I know the right Uma Musume character for him, and that is Tanino Gimlet. Let me explain. Mctavish, as you may know, is the second main captain of Task Force 141, and as Captain Price would say, he's a hard man. To keep it simple, back in Call of Duty 4, he was basically a sergeant, and during the events of Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 and 3, he became a captain like Price. But during Modern Warfare 3 events, sadly he passed away due to an explosion caused by Makarov, and now I reincarnate him into Uma Musume. As for Tanino Gimlet, I know that she is one crazy Uma Musume, and she looks really cool, not gonna lie. And along with that, she has an eye patch with an explosive personality, I would say. Good for a man as hard as Mctavish. Along with that, she's kinda similar to Vodka, and is a sire to Vodka as well, both in-game and in real life. As for the real-life Tanino Gimlet, it was a racehorse that competed in the early 2000s. He won the Japanese Derby but afterwards retired due to a bowed tendon. He's also a sire for the real-life Vodka, who also won the Derby. It's stated the real-life Gimlet loves to destroy fences and was given the name the Destroying God because of it. As of this time I'm recording, the real-life Tanino Gimlet is still alive and well. Conclusion, Mctavish will be getting Gimlet. Let's move to the next Task Force 141 member. Up next on this list we got Nikolai, the pilot of Task Force 141, and it was so obvious on who you would train. It's Mayano Top Gun. Let me explain. Nikolai, as you may know, is the main pilot of Task Force 141. If you need a lift, call him and he will arrive. And along with that, he's a Russian guy. Back in Call of Duty 4, he was an informant that Captain Price needed to save, and ever since then, Nikolai decided to become the major pilot of Task Force 141. As for Mayano Top Gun, she is a plane-themed Uma Musume that's based off Tom Cruise movie Top Gun and the real-life Mayano Top Gun horse. As the community would say, she is one of the daughters in the game. I can imagine Nikolai and Mayano Top Gun getting along so well. Nikolai can teach Mayano Top Gun how to fly helicopters and planes like he did for Task Force 141. As my friends once told me, be aware of his little Nikolai. As for the real-life Mayano Top Gun, it was a racehorse in the 1990s. Its appearance was basically a brown stallion horse. It was also given the nickname the Kaleidoscope for his race tactics, and along with that, won 4 G1s. It's also stated Mayano Top Gun, Sakura Laurel, and Marvelous Sunday are the 1997 old top 3 horses. So in conclusion, Nikolai will be training Mayano Top Gun cause planes and helicopters on this one. Let's move to the next Task Force 141 member.
That's one less loose end.
Yep, General Shepard is on the list. Technically, he is Task Force 141 before he betrayed, so I put him on the list. I was having a hard time picking an Uma for General Shepard. My options is either he trains Sirius Symboli, Symboli Rudolph, or Orvifere. But in the end, I decided to give General Shepard Symboli Rudolph. Let me explain. General Shepard, as you may know, is a general basically of the US Army. Along with that, Task Force 141 and Shadow Company after he decided to betray Task Force 141 and Captain Price and Soap took him out. And now I reincarnate him into Uma Musume, where he is a general that is also a trainer for Symboli Rudolph. As for Symboli Rudolph, she is basically the president of the student council, and she tells a bunch of dad jokes like, I found a student buying a soda in the vending machine and she was so delighted. And along with that, Symboli Rudolph is the emperor and she is part of Team Rigo basically. So I can imagine Symboli Rudolph and General Shepard getting along. You got a man who wants to win and beat Captain Price who is training Symboli Chris. And I can also imagine General Shepard telling Symboli Rudolph a bunch of quotes like, tomorrow, there will be no shortage of volunteers, no shortage of patriots, I know you understand. And followed by Symboli Rudolph telling Shepard jokes like, what do you call a person that manages sheep? A shepherd, get it? Now as for the real life Symboli Rudolph, it was a racehorse in the 1980s. Basically, it was given the title Emperor because of having 7 Triple Crowns, and its appearance was a bay stallion. It had a total runtime of 16 wins with only 3 losses on its whole career. So General Shepard will be taking Symboli Rudolph on this one and having beef with Price and Soap as trainers because he loves to win and be a hero who seeks glory. On to the next Task Force 141 member. Up next on this list is Ghost, and I had a really hard time thinking of a fitting Uma for him. Someone told me if he was in Uma Musume, he would train a daughter type Uma like Rice Shower, Dansu Flame, or Haru Urara. But I did a spin the wheel and decided Haru Urara for the memes. Let me explain. Ghost, as you may know, is a lieutenant for Task Force 141, and he wears a mask that covers his identity. So we don't know what he exactly looks like, and he is basically the major character of Modern Warfare 2 before he got taken out by General Shepard. Along with that, it's stated Ghost is called the Ghost because of trauma. Haru Urara never gives up. That's one thing to note. Basically, my idea of interaction between Ghost and Haru Urara would be that Ghost would be the mask trainer who is hard and cold, but when he sees Haru Urara, he would soften up. So he trains Haru Urara to be strong and live a way better life than he did in his original life when he was at Task Force 141. Now as for the real life Haru Urara, it was a racehorse around 1999 to 2004. One thing to note about Haru Urara is that she never gives up despite losing 113 races, and she was still the shining star for losers everywhere. The real life Haru Urara only won one race, and that was for retired horses. And sadly, the real life Haru Urara passed away in September 2025, but we will forever remember her in our hearts. So my conclusion is Ghost will be training Haru Urara, next Task Force 141 member. Up next is a Russian Task Force 141, Yuri. And I know just the right Uma Musume for Yuri, and that is phenomenal. Let me explain. Yuri, as you may know, is a ex-Spetsnaz, as Nikolai said. And along with that, he was a former friend of Makarov. But he turned on Makarov during the No Russian attack because he was a soldier for Russia, not a taker of innocent lives. And he joined Task Force 141 to get revenge on Makarov. But sadly, he got taken out by Makarov at the final mission. As for Phenomenal, she is a really serious Uma Musume, and she is part of the Stay Gold family, which includes Gold Ship, Nakayama Festai, and Orvifere in it, and is basically the police type Uma Musume. For my thoughts on how their interaction would go, basically you got Russian ex-Spetsnaz guy turned Uma Musume trainer training police Uma Musume and how to be disciplined and strong and powerful like Jotra from JoJo but Russian. I bet he can teach Phenomenal some Russian. Now as for the real life Phenomenal, basically it was a racehorse born in 2009. It's a stallion bay horse that was racing around 2011 to 2015, along with being part of the Stay Gold family, which has the real life Orvifere and Gold Ship in it. It had a total run of 18 races with 7 wins. So in conclusion, Russian Task Force 141 guy will be training Phenomenal on this one. Let's move to some notable people that I wanted to put on this list. Up next on this list, we got Sandman from Delta Force, but I wanted to put him in because he helped Task Force 141, and the Uma I shall be giving him is Cheval Grand. Let me explain, okay? Sandman, as you may know, is part of Delta Force, and he also helped out Task Force 141 back in 2013 to hunt down Makarov. and he basically went through several dangerous missions. And he sadly passed away when he was collaborating with Task Force 141 to rescue the president and his daughter by distracting the enemy, giving the helicopter time to escape, resulting in him passing away in the mine. So now I reincarnate him into Uma Musume to be a trainer. As for Cheval Grand, she is basically a quiet introvert type Uma Musume who is a middle child basically. And her outfit is basically a admiral type outfit, I guess. And she wants to work hard for her sisters and herself. I can imagine Cheval Grand and Sandman getting well. And my thoughts is that Sandman would be a father figure type trainer for Cheval Grand, training his Uma to be strong whilst teaching her a bunch of Delta Force skills that to help with races. And along with that, being a really good job at being that father figure despite being an Uma trainer. That's my opinion, okay? Now as for the real life Cheval Grand, it was a brown stallion racehorse in the 2010s. His career began in 2014 and won the first and only G1 at 2017 Japan Cup by beating Kirasan Black. Cheval Grand in English means great sire, and his relatives was Versina and Vivlos. So in my conclusion, Sandman will be training Cheval Grand. Let's move to one last character, okay? Last on this list we got Gas. I wanted to put him in because he's one of the people that helped Task Force 141 rise up by being an SAS. I was tied between giving Gas Gold Ship or Ikuno Dictus, but I was supposed to go Ikuno Dictus, but in the end I decided I want to give him Gold Ship for the memes. Let me explain. Gas, as you may know, is part of the British SAS, which was tasked with many dangerous missions including stopping Imran Zakhaev, and sadly he got taken out by Imran Zakhaev himself during a mission where they tried to escape, and along with that, switching to your pistol is always faster than reloading. As for Gold Ship, we all know who Gold Ship is. She is a silly, majestic creature that everyone loves, and she dropkicks people really hard. And she's a massive rage baiter of the Stay Gold family. My ideas on how their interaction would go: Gas would be very professional and presentative to Gold Ship. Like, if Gold Ship tries to dropkick him, he dodges it. And he explains to Gold Ship that switching to your recovery skill is always faster than your gold skill. He can be a teacher that explains Gold Ship lots of things. That's my opinion, okay? Now, as for the real life Gold Ship, it was a racehorse in the 2010s and is part of the Stay Gold family. Its appearance is a white stallion basically, and as of this time I'm recording, he's still alive. And the most infamous event the real life Gold Ship had was the 12 billion yen incident, where the real life Gold Ship stalled for a few seconds and lost people 12 billion yen, which is $75 million. So in conclusion, Gas will be training Gold Ship. Let's end this one now. Man, I am finally done. I did it. I finished the video. It was tiring, but it was worth it. I hope you enjoyed every second of this video, and I wanna do a sequel to this video, maybe send the characters of Call of Duty Black Ops perhaps. I don't often say this, but can you kindly like and subscribe? I'm trying to get 1,000 subscribers, it helps me out, okay? So my goal for this video is to get 5,000 to 10,000 views if possible. I'm being realistic, but if this video somehow gets 25,000 to 100,000 views, I would go wild. So that's all I have to say. Thank you for watching my video, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace out.